What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Misguided Goddess podcast. This is the Misguided Goddess Sion. Sisters, how y'all feel? Brothers, y'all all right? Y'all, this is year 5 of Misguided Goddess podcast. Can you believe it? I'm so excited. So I did, of course, take the summer off because if you listen to the last episode, you know that it was Girls Just Want to Have Fun. All right. And I have been on a mission to have more fun. I have been getting out of my house. For the people who are like related to me, I've been like shocking them. Like I'm going to family parties, things of that nature, going outside, you know, going to brunch. And my family is like, "Oh, you coming outside?" Yes, I've been coming outside. Um this year this summer, let me say, this summer, it has been a whole lot of fun. As you all know, my birthday pretty much opens out the summer. Like I kick off the summer June 3rd, and I had a really good time for my birthday. Actually, I want to back it up a little bit to before my birthday because I don't think that I've ever mentioned on the podcast that I took a trip to Dallas, my old stomping grounds, to visit my sister and to experience I kept calling it the wrong name, but I got to experience Togetherland Fest. It was a good time. It was a hot time, but it was a good time. Okay. Me and my homegirl, we flew to Dallas, visited my sister, we went shopping. It was a really good time. But let me tell y'all, I love a music festival. At this point, y'all been rocking with me 5 years now. Y'all know I'm very much a music fest kind of girl. I am very much a music girl. Music, fashion, love. That is me. Okay. And magic, of course. But anyway, y'all, I got to see The Dream perform. And The Dream is one of those artists that I was too young when he was outside to go to his concerts. Like my mama did not play that. Like going to a concert before 18 was not happening in the Brown household. It just wasn't going. She wasn't going for it. And I've been going to concerts ever since turn 18 and ain't look back. Okay. Concerts, music festivals, very much that girl. But anyway, The Dream is one of those artists that I never really thought that I would have the opportunity to see perform live. So when I tell y'all, like, so many times within his like performance, my whole body just kept freezing up. Thank God, because it was so goddamn hot. But it was so amazing to see him perform. I was so happy. I was so happy. I'm just so grateful. Like my heart was so full. And then I got to see Drew Hill, Beauty sing Beauty is Her Name. Y'all, Cisco performed a thong song. And let me tell y'all, Cisco did a flip, a one-handed flip. He's still doing that flip from the thong song. So if y'all thought Cisco was out here just old and broke down, somebody lied. Okay. My boy did that flip. And they did an amazing performance. Every person who was ever a member, who was ever a member, basically showed up, showed out, and it was a very good time. I finally got to see Lil Wayne perform live. It was amazing, y'all. So y'all know that within the past few years, actually, hold on. I keep saying like y'all know that because again, it's 5 years now, y'all, that y'all been rocking with me and I've been rocking with y'all. Y'all been loving on me, I've been loving on y'all 5 years now. So we locked in. But for my new people, thank you for listening. Welcome to the show. Thank you. You are welcome to be one of my loved ones. I appreciate you being here. So let's get into it. I am a highly sensitive person. I have a highly sensitive personality trait, meaning sometimes I feel things on a very deep level, and so I get overwhelmed rather easily. Lil Wayne's performance was full of like lights and like the beat was booming. When I tell you, you could feel the bass. And shout out to the one man band man because um he did an amazing job. Like he literally only had like him, the DJ, and his drummer performing, and you could feel it through your body from the speakers. It was amazing. And I was just standing there praying the whole time, like, God, please just don't let me get overwhelmed and I got to go home because I really want to be here. And asking you shall receive because I was fine. Now, first of all, it was very hot. Okay. We're talking Dallas, Texas heat. Y'all already know how the ozone layer is. It's not the same from the 90s. And we'll come back to that because I'm gonna mention something else about the how hot it is outside later on in the show. we got some catching up to do. It's been 3 months. It's been 3 months. I had to take the summer off. Y'all know how I get. But anyway, it was an amazing time. Lil Wayne had a awesome, awesome, awesome performance, and I was so happy. I was so happy to get to see him. I also got to see Young Jeezy. This wasn't my first time seeing Jeezy. I actually love Jeezy. Very, it was awesome, and Jeezy looks so good. That divorce look good on you, Jeezy. Just throwing that out there. That divorce looks good on you, brother. Anyway, it don't be looking good on everybody. Sometimes people really just be hurting and going through it. And I mean, no shade to y'all, but Jeezy look good. Okay. Who else did I get to see? It was so hot that we really went late a lot of the days. So we went late a couple of the days, and it was quite warm. But getting to see the dream was one of the like happiest moments of the year for me. Like that was definitely top 10. Like I love the dream. I also got to see Neo perform again. When did I see him perform though? I want to say that was for, I can't remember. I seen Neo oh no, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm thinking back to February. I saw Neo perform at Zulu Ball. I also saw Neo last year at Jazz Fest. Also, this year at Jazz Fest, speaking of Jazz Fest, my homeboy Shag, if you follow me on Instagram, y'all always see me at his performances. I've been following his career from the very beginning because he is so talented. Like, he is crazy talented. And he performed at Jazz Fest this year, and it was amazing. I got to be front row, taking pictures, screaming at the top of my lungs, and jamming, okay? Because my boy gets down. Like, he can play so many instruments. He is a producer, songwriter. He is everything. Like, he is amazingly talented. So if you haven't heard of Shag, his name is Shagadelic. That's the full name. Raw Revolution. Get into it. All right. Now, that was May. Okay. Now let's get back to June. Again, my birthday is June 3rd. So for my birthday, the self-care captain, I indulged. I indulged. Okay, I went to brunch on Sunday with my closest friends, and I was very happy about that. This summer was full of love for me, y'all. It was just, people showed up and showed out for me this summer, and it just really melted my heart. Like, we got a lot to catch up on, so I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, I got a massage, went out for drinks on my actual birthday, got me a cupcake, and went to Hibachi for dinner, my little favorite hibachi little spot out here. And I love hibachi, definitely a hibachi girl, but right now I'm having to cut it out of my life, so I probably can't have hibachi again until like next year, but it's okay. I'll be fine. But it's a good thing though. Like, but it's a good thing. So I indulged for my actual birthday, and then I had to wait like 2 weeks because it's New Orleans, it's the summer, it is going to rain all summer long. If you're from New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. If y'all not from New Orleans and y'all want to come to New Orleans, do not come to New Orleans in the summer. First of all, it's going to be hot as AF, and then it's going to rain at the drop of a dime. So your hair is going to get messed up, ladies. Yes. So love my city. Love, love, love my city down. But I'm telling y'all not going to have that good of a time if y'all come in the summer because it's going to be raining. Like, it's going to be raining. And it rains every year on my actual birthday. So I waited 2 weeks, and me and my best friend, she's also a Gemini. Shout out to Nikki. And we had a boat party. It was such a good time. We had a boat party. We got to turn up. It was like a cruise along the bayou. I got to see a bunch of alligators, which is it was one of the biggest things that I wanted to do. Like, they so like interesting. Like, I don't know why. I'm just very interested in gators. I don't know what that is, but I thought that was so cool. So we did get to see a couple gators. The guy was like feeding them marshmallows to get them to come closest to the boats, and it was really cool. That was a fun time. And that weekend, all of my best friends, like, when I say, because people think that you can only have one best friend, my friends are my best friends. Like, they're the best people that I love. Like, they're the best people. Like, they're just the best. And every one of my best friends came down for my birthday. My godchildren were, all of my godchildren were in town, and I got to spend the summer with, like, I got to spend that weekend with my best friends and my godchildren. And if you've been following this, then you know, like, Cece love the kids, and the kids love them some Cece, okay? And at this point, I do have 6 godchildren and 1 on the way. So I got a little boy coming, y'all. And, this is going to be my 7th one. So no more godchildren after this, unless one of my friends decide to ask me to be their other baby godmother if they decide to have more children. But I hope that they just wait a little while because I have to win these Mega Millions first. Like, children are expensive, and I am the type of nanny, like, I like to be there. I'm the type of auntie, I like to be there. And you can't always be there when you gotta work, and work is ghetto. So I mean, for me, in my opinion, it's very ghetto. Like, if I have to, like, if it feels like work, like I'm punching a clock, it's very ghetto. Grateful for my job, like, don't get me wrong, very grateful for everything that I have, but I can get paid to be me, and I love that. Like, I have been paid to be myself. Like, that's the coolest experience. But that weekend, it just, at one point, and I knew this was gonna happen because my heart is softening this year. Like, that's one of my greatest gifts. My heart is softening. And that weekend was just, it wasn't, everything didn't go perfectly, but it went amazingly. And I'm so grateful for it. My babies had a good time. They was happy to see me. I was happy to see them. And it just made me remember, like, I am so loved. Like, I am loved so deeply. People traveled to come to see me. And it was not like this big old huge humongous event that I was having. It was a big party, but it was a good time. It was like just us, very low key. Well, it wasn't low key because it was a boat. It was on a boat. And shout out to Nola Barrage. I keep messing up the word every time I try to say it. Barrage Boats. If you do decide to come to New Orleans, definitely look up the Nola Barrage, Barge. Look them up on Instagram. Talk about a good time. And if y'all come down here and y'all want to do that, please invite me because I want to go back again. Um I had an amazing time. I got to DJ. We had food, we had cocktails on the water. It was a beautiful day. It wasn't super duper hot on the water. It was breezy. Oh, it was amazing. I'm so grateful. Like, it was so much fun. It was definitely a good time. And if you do travel to New Orleans, I definitely suggest doing it. And I actually made, also, y'all, I'm sitting on so much content. Don't hate me, y'all. Don't hate me, please. I just, to me, like, with my Instagram, I don't want it to be like, oh, I'm a content creator. I just want to post my life. Like, I don't want to do all that editing and all of that other crazy shit. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to do 18 different takes. Like, even doing my podcast, like, yeah, I usually one take Jake it, but like the beginning part is usually the hardest part for me. And that's what I always have to end up starting over and having to do over. But I love doing my podcast, and I really did miss y'all, but I really needed to, like, stop certain things to really just enjoy my summer. And I stopped a lot of things, but I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. Y'all know I always leave and come right back. So I'm back. And this is year 5. So I've been, like, thinking in my shows, like, I never talk about the shows in seasons, but if I did talk about them in seasons, it literally would be by year. And I'm still trying to, like, figure out how I want to, like, what I want the scheduling to be like, because for the most part, like, it's just me talking. And I do appreciate y'all coming here listening to me talk, but I'm trying to find y'all some more interesting people for me to come talk to, for me to go and talk to. And if anybody who is a podcaster that listens to my podcast wants me to be on their podcast, like, I'm definitely open to it. So just ask me, and 10 times out of 10 I'm gonna say yes. So just wanted to put out that little disclaimer. So that was June. Now, July, it was a little bit more low key, but I did so much like, inner work, and learned a lot of things. Like, I learned so much this summer. I had a good time, and I learned a lot. And one of my goddaughters, she comes for the summer, and she always wants to, like, come to Cece's house because we're gonna have a party, we're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna be mermaids. Like, that's gonna happen. So I have, like, this disco light, this bubble machine. So we've been having Sunday disco bubble parties, and it's been a good time. It's been a good time. But let me tell y'all what I have been learning. So before I took my summer break, um, I started to like get into studying relationships and relationship types and stuff like that. So, okay, let's get personal. A couple months ago, me and my I was doing this spiritual practice, like really just get into this spiritual practice, and my therapist did gave me homework, and she said, when you do your meditation, like do it with music. And that's something that I can really resonate with. So I don't always use music for my meditation, but I always meditate better when I have like music playing in the background. And of course, it's like ambiance music. I'm not like meditating listening to Beyonce. So, I mean, I would because affirmations, but I don't. Love be down, but I don't. Like, it's just ambiance music, or either like, um, Grover Washington has an album that I really enjoy meditating to as well. But anyway, I had this experience where I was meditating, and before I meditated, I usually pray before I meditate, because if I have a question or I feel like I want clarity on something, that's kind of, I'm meditating so that I could focus my mind on whatever that is that I need clarity on. It works for me. I can definitely get more into like my meditation types. If y'all are interested in it, definitely let me know. But I asked a question, and I asked for, I can't exactly remember the question. If I go through my journals, I'll find it, because I journal my meditation sometimes. Like if I have a fire ass breakthrough, like I'm about to tell y'all, I write it down. But anyway, go into the meditation. This particular night, I meditated in the dark, and it was about 45 minutes. And when I came back to my conscious mind, I heard Icebox by Omarion playing in my head. And I'm like, I got an icebox where my heart used to be. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, that's something to think about. So now I'm like meditating on that. Like, do I have an icebox where my heart used to be? Like, damn, am I cold hearted now? Like, did I become cynical? Yes, I became cynical. So it was like, my uncle used to tell me all the time, and my mama, like two people, they always used to tell me this: do not allow the world to change you. Don't allow the world to change you. And I'm so grateful for that message. But when they was telling me this, I was a child and thinking childlike, you know? So it's like they instilled this like confidence in you to like stay who you are and be who you are, and don't go out into the world and allow the world to change you, because the one thing the world is going to do is try to change you. And it did. Like the world started to change me. So having a certain experience that I had, like 2020, it was like a disconnect somewhere for me, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Like what is happening right now, right? So just coming back to this, I'm like, okay, so now I'm thinking back to that time, and now I'm thinking like, damn, do I have an icebox on my heart used to be? And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm keeping that in my mind for like months. So like this happened for like maybe 3 or 4 months. Like I just kept going back to that. Every time I would have some kind of a reaction to like anything, or like not anything, but like anybody, like any person, I would always think like, damn, I got an icebox on my heart used to be at. And then I'm like proving to myself, like, you don't have to have a cold heart. Like you don't have to do that. You don't have to have this negative connotation about certain things, or you don't have to move like that. And that's not natural to you. Like to me, I'm not saying to you like that, I mean to myself, like that's not natural to me. What's natural to me is being loving, is being nurturing, is giving. However, being that attracts users and takers, and it's not always good. Like you can't help everybody, you can't save everybody, and though it's like you have to learn that, but you also have to have boundaries, because nothing is wrong with helping a person, nothing is wrong with being loving, nothing is wrong with being nurturing. So it's like you put this, when you put that like wall up, that defense mechanism, who you think you're doing something and you really not. So let me also mention this. Earlier this year, y'all remember Amanda Seales was on Club Shay Shay on Shannon Sharp podcast. And she said in it, like she was talking about like herself and her experience. And as she's talking, I'm like, oh, she had low self-esteem. And then she said it. She was like, yeah, I used to have low self-esteem. So that's the reason why I put this wall up to protect myself from the world. And I was like, oh, okay, I got an icebox where my heart used to be. Okay, this, no wonder I was able to see so clearly what was her issue, right? Because I put that wall up as a form of protection from the world. Like, not like we all have our different reasons why we put a wall up. So mine was that I didn't want to be taken advantage of. Like, I don't mind helping nobody. I don't mind helping. I don't, like, again, it comes natural to me, right? But when you experience somebody that's literally like in your face trying to try you, no, that's not what we gonna do here. Like, don't get to a point in your life, because I always tell people, like, if you need help, ask for it. Some people really do have a problem with that, and I used to be like that. I used to have this problem with asking for things that I wanted, and that manifested into being diagnosed with anxiety, because that's where my anxiety basically was based. Like, I remember being a child and not feeling comfortable asking for what I wanted or asking for what I needed. Like, once I was able to actually form the sentence of knowing, like, okay, this is what I want, this is what I need. So it's like we come into this world knowing who we are and being that. And it's so funny. One day, maybe like last year or 2 years ago, um, I was having a conversation with my therapist, and she was like, yeah, you are a walking book of ethics. She was like, I bet as a child, like, you just had all of these ethics, and this is right and this is wrong, and you just knew. And when I tell y'all, nail on the head, like, she called it. I was like, girl, you seen me. You seen me, because definitely growing up, I was the one like, oh, we need rules in this house. So like, this is the chore chart that we gonna do, because we need order, and this, that, and the third. And I'm not the oldest. I'm the middle child. I'm the middle child with no authority. So I'm just like, y'all think that this is a good idea? So like, I'm not telling them like, this is what we're gonna do. I'm like asking them like, do y'all think this is a good idea? And they always would tell me like, yeah, it's a good idea. And then nobody would do it. I would get so mad. And I would get so mad about that. But that's what she was explaining to me. And then she was like, I had already explained to her, with my spiritual practice and like doing the research that I was doing a couple years ago, I understand that, like I said, you come here being who you are. You come here being who you are. You already are who you are when you come here. We are born into this sea of forgetfulness. So we'll come here knowing who we are, being whole, and then we grow up, and then we have these parents, and we have these siblings, and we have these teachers, and we have these neighbors, and we have these people who work at the grocery store that we always go to, that we learn these little things from. And it's like, it's not always good. It's not always good. But because you're a child, you don't know the difference. And then when you get older and something comes up and you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't the best way to do this, or this wasn't the best way to do that. So let me try to do this instead. So I feel like that's like where I am now. And with experiencing what I experienced this summer, like just feeling, and then not even just from my friends and my godchildren, but like for my birthday, my youngest nieces and nephews, they put, it was so sweet. Y'all started crying. They just put together a little video telling me happy birthday, like wishing me a happy birthday, and then just feeling, this is another reason why I love my birthday, because I love love. Like, pour that love on me, adore me, adore me. That's very much me. But it's like little things that my sisters would do, or my brothers would say, or my nieces, it's just like you start to have conversations with people, and they'll tell you like, oh, because of you, I thought about doing this, or I did this, or, oh, you know what? We was having a conversation and you said this, and that made me XYZ, blah, blah, blah. I love that. I love that. I love that. And having these moments where now we can better our relationships, and that's kind of like where I'm at. And that was my goal with the whole meditation of that I had when I experienced the You Got an Icebox Where Your Heart Used to Be. It's like, You want to have these amazing relationships, but in order to have these amazing relationships, not just a romantic relationship, but like I'm saying, the relationship with my mom, so being a daughter, the relationship I have with my siblings, so being a sister, my relationships I have with my nieces and nephews, being an auntie, the relationships I have with my friends, being a friend, the relationships that I've had, like even with like my neighbor, having that community. My When I go to my mom's house, like she lives in a neighborhood that's a community. Like everybody knows everybody. It's been like that basically our whole life. Like growing up, that's what I experienced. So I know that everybody, just side note, that everybody be talking about the East in New Orleans and how it's just so ghetto and all of that. It ain't always been like that, y'all. The East was not like that before. So just throwing that out there. Anyway, but it's it got a little bad. It got a little bad. Like I literally moved from the neighborhood because I constantly lived in this heightened sense of, oh my God, those gunshots sound so close, you know? So but I have been able to like go over there and not hear gunshots for like a whole day, like be out there and not hear them for a whole day. So hopefully that foolishness has now settled down. In the neighborhood that I grew up in, like a lot of older people live there, so we didn't have like those same like the kind of crimes that we have there now. We didn't have that before, so that was like wild. And then like hearing people talk about the East or like crack jokes about the East, it really just kind of breaks my heart because it's like this used to be a thriving community and we got the short end of the stick now 19 years ago. Like it's almost been 20 years and we got the short end of the stick. And those who know, like I don't have to go that deep into that. Those who know. But anyway, and I wasn't even talking about that. We were talking about relationships. So one of my goals for this year was to have better relationships with the people in my family and with my friends, and just having great relationships with people, period. Like even strangers, like how we've become this country that's like everybody just hates small talk. Like stop being so negative and nasty. And I don't know, like that's like a thing other places. I don't know, like people who are from New Orleans, I haven't experienced like a person in New Orleans that didn't want to have small talk. Like, the people who are from here, and that they're gonna want to talk to you. Like in a grocery store, y'all having a whole conversation. And my sister does this everywhere she goes. Like she doesn't care. And it's so funny because even we stopped at the gas station while she was visiting me, and she she just started talking to this lady, and I'm like hearing them. I'm in the car and I'm hearing them have this whole grand conversation. And I get back in the car, she get back in the car, and I'm like, what y'all was talking about? And she was like, pumping gas. They were literally talking about pumping gas. So because my sister used a glove when she pumped gas, because COVID, but whatever. And that was another really great experience. Like my sister came and visited me. She stayed with me for like almost 2 weeks, and we got to have like time that we haven't had in so long. Like we haven't spent that much time together in years, in probably like, ooh, I'm about to show my age. But probably like 15 years. Also, 15 years ago, I was graduating high school. So, and then she's my sister that's right above me, and she went to law school in another city. So it was a fun time. And like her being here also helped me learn a lot about how I am in certain relationships with people, like how I can sometimes be on edge when I get overwhelmed. Like we went to, if y'all have ever been in New Orleans, people from New Orleans know what I'm talking about. But for for Essence Fest, there is like this big thing in a convention center. It's just an all day event. There's vendors, there's food. It's usually packed. They give away free stuff. It's a lot. It's a good time. It's definitely a good time. And when I went, I wasn't like, I don't know. It was a weird feeling. Like soon as I got out there, it was just, I started feeling weird. And I was like, I don't want to stay here long. Like it's so many people. I'm so overwhelmed. Like I feel like I can't breathe. Like it's so bad. And I hadn't had an experience like that this year at all. Like that was my first time like having that kind of anxiety, and I kind of like snapped at her. And to her, I didn't snap at her. Like, she totally understood, but to me, I felt like I was snapping at her when I was having an anxiety attack, and I started like freaking out. But then we left, and then we we ended up leaving, but they had an event at the Jet Life store, and shout out to the Jet Life store. It's on Canal Street. I used to know the address by heart, but I kind of forgot it. I want to say it's like 1840 or 1560, something like that. It's on Canal Street. You can't miss it. But anyway, Bun B was here with Trill Burgers, and let me tell y'all something. See them Trill Burgers? Bun B got him one with that. You hear me? I tweeted the night before. I'm like, I don't care what I do tomorrow, but I'm going to the Jet Life store and buy me 12 Trill Burgers because I'm putting them in the freezer. I get the vegan Trill Burger. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Anytime he comes to the city, I'm going to get me a Trill Burger. It's definitely a little treat. It definitely is. It comes with like these super seasoned fries. They don't have no drinks. They need to hook up like a strawberry lemonade, peach tea, or something like that. But get at me, Uncle Bun. I could help you out with some drink ideas because the food is banging. It just need just a little drink on the side. But anyway, I did go get my Trill Burger. I did go get my Trill Burger, and then I had another experience that day when I snapped on my brother. It was just bad. My anxiety was all over the place, y'all. It was crazy. And after the fact, like usually whenever I do have like that kind of like an anxiety attack or anything like that, I once I'm calm, I can like think about, okay, run a day through your head. What caused that? So like I'm in a place where I'm able to do that now. Like 2017 Sion could never have done. She could never. You hear me? But I thank God for her because here we are. And this is the best way. Like if y'all have anxiety, like I'm telling y'all, figure out what your trigger is. Figure out what triggered that. And I already know what triggered that. It was too many people in, like, I felt like I was in a way. And I hate feeling like that. Like I hate feeling like I'm in a way. It was so many people. And when it's like you just gotta, anywhere you walk that you have to excuse me, like come on, oh my God, we need some uniformity in here. Like what's happening? It was freaking me out. I can't even lie, it was freaking me out. So if y'all ever wonder why I don't be like outside very very much for like second lines and Mardi Gras, that's why. Sometimes it be too many people for me. But I've been pushing my luck this year. Like I've been going out. I have been pushing it this year. I'm very proud of myself, and I've been able to like stay. So that's been cool. But anyway, just working on trying to better my relationships in my life. It's also making me think like, okay, now I am ready for more relationships. So not even like just a romantic relationship, which I do want a romantic relationship. Like I'm gonna be in matching pajamas by Christmas. That's happening for me this year. Um Thank you, GL Lambert, because of GL Lambert, y'all gonna be with my man for Christmas. But anyway, also like having partnerships, so like within creative spaces, and showing more support to other people and allowing other people to show more support to me, and actually being in rooms and mentioning things that I do and mentioning what I have access to. I was talking to Kelly earlier today, and when I say Kelly, of course I mean DJ Kelly Green, of course, my dog. But shout out to Sonic League Radio. Y'all make sure y'all download the mobile app. It's been 4 years since we started Sonic League Radio. 4 years. Can y'all believe that? 4 years. And I'm still so excited. We have so much more room to grow, and we have so many more events coming up for y'all. I'm so excited. But anyway, I was talking to Kelly, and I was telling her that I was redoing my, I'm telling her like, I'm talking to Kelly and I'm telling her like, I'm working on my business cards, and I do so much stuff. I don't know what to title myself as on my business card. And we bust out laughing. And then she was like, for real, you are a serial entrepreneur. Just put that. And I'm like, you know what? That's smart. You smart. Thank you. And that's one relationship that I just truly cherish, because nothing beats being able to like bounce business ideas off of a person and they just get it. So yeah, thank you, Kaylee. But anyway, I mentioned GL Lambert, and that because of him, I would be in a relationship by Christmas. And GL Lambert, if you haven't heard of him, he used to have this blog called, well, he still has the blog, but now it's called Far From Basic. I definitely suggest all my single girls, even my girls who are in a relationship but not really necessarily getting everything that they want, need, or desire. I would definitely suggest that y'all check them out. Even men too. Like he sometimes have like podcasts where he like talk to men or answer their questions and stuff like that. But he also has a podcast. And for the past let me back up. He's an author. So he had the blog. It was called Black Girls Are Easy. He turned that blog into books. He has 5 books. I've read all 5 books. 4 of his books I've read like 6 times, not because I listen to them. I love Audible, so I listen to the books. And the first time I listened to it, and then the second time I listened to take notes, and then I just kind of started listening to them because I like listening to them. But I decided to listen to all of his podcasts, like all the way through, and it was some stuff that I kind of already knew, but it was just interesting to hear the questions that people would ask. And I really did enjoy listening to his podcast. He is one person that I would love to be on his podcast. So I'm just putting that out into the universe. I would love to be on GL Lambert's podcast. I love him. He is the big brother in my head. Like, I don't have an older brother. I have older sisters, and it's not the same. And he just have that, he has this thing about him where he wants to see you be successful, not just in relationships, but in life, period. And I love people who are like that because I'm the same way. Like, I love seeing people get their dream job or get their dream car or buy a house, or I'm always probably the first person in the comments congratulating somebody because I love to see it. Like, that's the reason why I love social media, because people get to like post like, I've been working on this book for X amount of years and I finally put it out, and it's like, all right, bet, we're buying the book. There's a girl, shout out to Juju. Her book is The Book of Juju. Her podcast is A Little Juju Podcast for all my hoodoo girls, all my witches, all my goddesses. If you're interested in those type of metaphysical things or hoodoo, get the Book of Juju. It's on Amazon. And it's like, I think it was like $19. It's a good book to have, trust me. So shout out to Juju. And that's the kind of stuff that I love to see. There's a girl who I went to high school with. She wrote a book about Ida B. Wells. Like, I'm excited about purchasing her book. So I love being able to support people, like having people in your life who sees what you're doing and supports what you're doing is very important. Trust me, I know. And I do that for other people, and other people do that for me. Also, I did release a journal for people who deal with childhood PTSD, because that was something that I experienced a lot of things in my childhood. One of those things being the death of my father. Like, my father was murdered, and that, it broke my heart, and it breaks my heart to this very day. So it's like, even all these years later, like, that still hurts. It sucks. Trust me, it sucks. So a lot of unanswered questions and stuff like that, I had to like grow up not getting those answers, or not getting, what you need to get from a dad. And that caused some other issues. So, me creating this journal, of course, I created it for myself and decided to share it with everyone. So if you feel like, if you've heard of childhood PTSD, which that PTSD, they call it CPTSD, childhood post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of people have it because we all had childhoods, and life happens. Like, it's not that I just had this horrible, terrible, very bad childhood, but it was the childhood that I had. And I had to like grow up and relearn certain things and redo certain things. And that's the reason why I'm at this place now where I'm working on my relationships, because I used to do this thing where if it wasn't going my way, I'm out. Like, if you my friend and you hurt my feelings, or you do something to me that hurts my, well, anyway, you go, if you hurt my feelings, one time and I tell you like this hurt my feelings, don't do this no more, and then you keep on doing that, we can't be friends no more because you don't care that you're hurting me. And this or like in a situation where like if say for instance me and my brother maybe like we just had a disagreement, so we end up like passing words, I'm gonna be mad and then I'm not gonna talk to you for like a week. Like I'm gonna be so mad, and then when I do talk to you I gotta tell you like this is what you did, and I had to stop talking to you because I was so mad. Like I had to calm down, like I needed time to calm down. And why have to wait a week to calm down because somebody made you so upset? Like that's crazy. So that's another thing that I'm working on. I need to like tell you in the moment. So like if y'all still follow me on Instagram, which thank you for following me on Instagram at Misguided Goddess Podcast. Thank you. I appreciate you. But I had a post a couple weeks ago where it was talking about like feeling your feelings and basically processing your feelings and allowing yourself to let it go. Changed my life. It sounds easier said than done for people who have never experienced that, but it is something worth doing. And it's definitely something worth looking into because I was told that when you have these experiences and you have these bad feelings and you keep it bottled in, it can manifest into something wicked. Like, and if you saw the post that I was talking about, I shared it on my story. I know for a fact, but it was like, you know, get those feelings out. Otherwise, it can manifest into something wicked. And you don't want that, man. It could be very bad. Like I was watching this video one time and the woman was saying how how the people always used to say like, oh, because stress kills. It definitely can, because it can manifest into like cancers and autoimmune diseases. And not saying like that's where people get these things from. I'm saying that it's possible for unprocessed trauma and overwhelming stress could cause like a stroke. You know, it could cause these things. It's a possibility that they can manifest into that. So that's just all the more reason to, once you're experiencing your feelings, like experience your feelings and then let them out. Because one day, um it was a very interesting feeling for me. Like this was the day that I just was so upset one day, and like actual anger, and that's not a feeling that I'm used to feeling. So it was like in my chest, like this tightness that I was getting in my chest because I was so angry. And I was like, you know what? You got to calm down, sister. And I was able to use like my different little breathing techniques and writing it out and talking about it. And sometimes it just takes me having a conversation like with myself and playing what I call the why game or the what. So I would ask myself, like, once I'm able to like calm down and have a clearer mind, asking myself, what caused that? What were you thinking about? What were you doing? Mostly, what were you thinking about? Because usually the anxiety is just in your head. Um, and I know that I used to hate when people say it's all in your head, but it's like, okay, that is the truth. But also, I am sad, okay? And I'm overwhelmed, and this is a lot, okay? And I can't breathe. So there's that. That's the reason why people who have like mental disorders don't like it when people say it's all in your head, because duh, that's where my brain is. But anyway, just asking, what was I thinking about? What was I doing? Where was I going? How was I feeling that caused me to all of a sudden have this anger or have this rage or have this anxiety? So that's just what works for me. So, of course, I'm only going to share with you all what I think works best for me. But that's how I've been spending my summer, you know, having fun, spending time with my family, spending time with my friends, spending time with myself. Oh, gosh. Like, I have been doing this thing every weekend, and I want to also make sure that I talk about this because I'm going to do like a whole episode about this. I have been making myself watch rom coms, and I am a rom com girl. I'm a comedy girl. I don't like scary movies. I don't like action films. I watch them because sometimes, you know, things just catch your interest. But if it's my choice, I'm always going to choose some kind of a comedy, and 10 times out of 10, it's going to be a romantic comedy. So I've been like going back watching the oldies, the goodies from the 80s. I love the show The Mindy Project. That's like one of my comfort shows. So she in the movie always talks about Sleepless in Seattle. Like she kept talking about it. And then she talked about it in something else that I seen her in like an interview, and she mentioned Sleepless in Seattle. So I'm like, let me watch this. So I've been going back watching Sleepless in Seattle, Hope Floats, As Good as It Gets. I've been watching a whole lot of rom-coms, even some new ones too. So that's like what I've been exploring, because right before this, I kept on watching crime shows, and I don't always like to have that filling up my mind, because honestly, crime shows that just like sometimes heightens my anxiety also, because it kind of makes me a little bit paranoid sometimes. But also it just keeps me like, watch who's watching you. So I was watching the crime shows because it's just like I find the way that people think interesting, and sometimes like watching the crime shows, and I'm only talking about like those shows that have like the dramatization of like a murder that happened like 20 years ago or something like that, like nothing that's on TV right now, no. I'm very, very particular about my crime TV. So anyway, I decided to take a break from watching that every weekend and watching rom-coms every weekend. And it's been good. It's been funny. Like I got to watch what old movie did I watch? I watched this movie called Serendipity. And what I thought it was going to be was something that it was not. It was still good though. So I've been just like watching all of this, rewatching Sex in the City again, which that is that's the show that just kind of I keep in rotation as well. Like that and Living Single, like I can go back and forth watching those two shows for months. Like it'll get ridiculous in here. But anyway, that is how I have been enjoying my summer. I've been learning some new things, like how to be better at this like podcasting, because we tried to do the YouTube and I could not figure that out. And I'm like, this has to be simpler than this. So got it figured out now. Um, However, I don't really know if I want to do that. Like, and people have been telling me for years, like even when I started the podcast, people were saying like, you need to start a YouTube channel. And I never really been interested, and I'm trying to make myself be interested. So of course it's not happening because I'm trying to make myself do it. I'm just not one of those people that's like, you gotta do this. Like I'm not like that. I have discipline when I need to have discipline, but I can't force myself to do something that I really don't want to do. I mean, I know y'all would love to see my cute face all the time, but I, oy vey. So we'll see though. No, I'm just joking, y'all. We'll see. I am learning a lot about that and the different streaming services. Even the platform that I record my podcast on is totally different now. And I'm just like, you know what? It has been 5 years. So I'm glad that they did do a little update, little upgrade. I ain't mad at them. And also, before I let you all go, I do need to mention that in September 21st, we have Locals Fest coming up, and I am going to be a vendor. I will have some products from Gifts from a Goddess, and I will also be doing tarot readings. I am so excited, y'all. Like this summer, too, I've been like having my tarot clients. I've still been doing readings for the summer. Like I started back doing them, and my clients are just amazing. They're phenomenal, and I love them. And I always hope and pray that they prosper. And when I tell y'all they've been prospering, I'm so bucked up. Oh, I'm so bucked up. But yeah, come out and see me. Come and see some good music. Shag, of course, is going to be performing. They have a whole bunch of other bands performing as well. It's going to be a good time in the city. Y'all make sure y'all come out. And it's September, so you know the weather going to be good. So y'all make sure that you all come out. Also, if you haven't, which I hope you have, because it's been 4 years now, download the Sonic League radio app. Actually, I'm recording this today, and this is like the 2 year anniversary of me being on the morning show. And we played the 400 Degrees Juvenile album, and we talked about the album, and we really wanted to make that a podcast for y'all. And something happened with our streaming, and we was not able to do it. And then like what I have of it, I've been trying to think like, how can I use this? And it has not been. Also, when I do that high voice, that's how I talk to myself in my head. I don't know why, but that's the voice that I hear. But yeah, I still have that footage. Like I said, I'm sitting on so much content. I'm embarrassed, y'all. It's so bad. It's so bad. But social media is just, it's a lot, man. It's becoming so like, this is a whole nother world. And it's just like, it's not another world. It's just an extension of this world. So relax, you know? Like I just, I don't know. But I love y'all so much. I hope that y'all enjoyed y'all summer. What goals are y'all setting for the rest of the year? You know, like people usually divide the years in a quarter, so we would technically be in quarter three right now, and it's almost quarter four. Like, what are y'all thinking about? What's your goals? What do you want to do? Like, you know, my birthday, because of how my birthday falls in the year, it's the middle of the year, so I always like redo my plans at my birthday, and then in December at my half birthday, which I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on the pod multiple times. But you know, y'all my people and I love y'all. So I know y'all be knowing. So for me, my I'll give y'all three of my goals for the remainder of this year. One is to put out more episodes of my podcast because we really have so much to talk about, y'all. Um, and y'all know I can go. Y'all know I can go. So, anyway, put out more episodes of the podcast and have more interviews. And my second goal is to, there is a trip that I want to go on, but I want to do a solo trip. I want to do a solo trip so bad and go to a place that I've never been before. So that's one of my goals for this year. And my third goal for this year is to be in matching pajamas by Christmas. I said that already. Like that's the third goal for the year, you know. So it has been a blast. I missed y'all so much. I cannot wait to, you know, share more with y'all, hear more back from y'all. And while I take my hiatus, I still like look at my analytics and analytics. Did I say that right? Analytics. Yeah, I think I did say that right. Anyway, looking at the numbers, and y'all still be listening to the pod when I'm not recording, like going back, listen to the old episodes. And I appreciate that. Putting y'all people onto my pod. I appreciate that so much. Like I love my loved ones. I love y'all so much. But again, make sure to download the Sonic League Radio app. Follow the Instagram Misguided Goddess podcast. That's where I still do most of my posting. Every Wednesday, I do a Write It Out Wednesday. It's a journal prompt. And I also, guys, over the summer released a new journal prompt. And I did talk about it in the beginning of the podcast, but I'm pretty sure I started talking about something else and didn't go into this. But the link is still in my bio. Goddess Sion Publishings. All of my journals are available on Amazon. If you're just on Amazon and you type in Goddess Sion, it will come up. And that's GODDESSCEION, Goddess Sion on Amazon. Purchase your Free Yourself Volume 1 journal. I'm so excited for y'all to see that. Also, the gratitude journals are still up there. I released 13 new line journals. So if you need a new journal, please purchase a journal and follow us on Instagram so that you can do the Write It Out Wednesday prompt every Wednesday. Okay. Let me see what else I want to say. I think that's it, y'all. Y'all know I can go on and on and on. Oh yeah, also my baby girls selling their hair. They had a raffle at the end of the summer, a back to school raffle. So I hope that everybody was able to tap in and follow their Instagram and get into their raffle. I'm going to see if I should maybe do like a giveaway with 1578 hair. Would y'all like that, ladies? Would y'all like a few bust downs? Would y'all like a few bundles? Because I can do that. I can make that happen, you know. I can do that. Also, if you don't know this already, you can click the link in my bio on any one of my social media platforms. Look at my link tree. That's how you can, that's the easiest way for you to get to the journals. You can shop gifts from a goddess. You can book a tarot reading. Reach out to me, Serial Entrepreneur Negro. Just, just a girl in the world making my dreams come true. It's been a pleasure speaking with you all tonight. Peace and richest blessings to you, loved ones. Peace.